improve efficiency, accuracy, communications, documentations, data analysis, reporting, and presentation skills. Tools such as MS Excel, MS Word, MS PowerPoints have become indispensable in engineering offices, project management, inspection activities, manufacturing industries, consulting services, research organization, and corporate communications. Whether it is preparing technical calculations and data analysis in Excel, drafting a professional reports and specifications in words, or otherwise delivering impactful presentation through the PowerPoint, these skills significantly enhance professional effectiveness and career growth. This program has been specifically designed to bridge the practical digital skill gap and empower engineering professionals, young engineers, students, and practicing technologists with industry relevant capabilities. I am confident that today's session will provide valuable practical insights and improve the productivity of all participants. I sincerely thank our distinguished speakers, organizing committee members, and the Mechanical Engineering Division Board for their dedicated efforts in arranging this important and timely program. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the participants who have joined us today with enthusiasm and commitment towards the continuous professional development. I am sure the deliberations and interactions during this program will be highly informative, engaging, and beneficial to everyone. With these words, I once again welcome you all and wish the program great success. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. May I now request Dr. Nilaj Kumar N. Deshmukh, Chairman, Mechanical Engineering Division Board of the Institution of Engineers India, to please have his address to the participants. Sir, please.
Yeah, thank you. Respected dignitary, esteemed members of IEI, distinguished faculty members, industry professionals, and passionate learner, a very good morning to you all. It's my privilege to welcome you on the IEI technical webinar on essential digital skill for today's mechanical engineering professional, mastering MS Excel, Word, and PowerPoint, organized by IEI Navi Mumbai Local Center under the Mechanical Engineering Division and in association with IEI FMFC and Father C. Rodrigues Institute of Technology, Vashi. This program reflects our shared commitment to professional excellence. Today, mechanical engineer must combine a strong domain knowledge with digital proficiency, a skill in data handling, documentation, and communications. Tools like Excel, Word, PowerPoint empower us to analyze, present, and make the informed decision. This webinar is therefore timely and relevant, aligning with IEI missions of continuous professional development and lifelong learning. For over a century, IEI has been India's largest multidisciplinary body of engineers, fostering innovations, ethics, and competence through its nationwide network. I warmly encourage those who are not yet a members to join IEI, a fraternity dedicated to lifelong learning and national development. I extend my sincere appreciation to our panelists, Dr. Aklim Siddiqui and our moderator, Engineer SP Singh, for their valuable contributions. I also commend the Pradeep Narvelkar, Mr. Sunny Saraf, and Dr. Kingsuk Sen for their meticulous planning to organize this webinar. Dear participant, I urge you to engage actively and absorb the insights shared today. Let this program inspire you to continually upgrade your skills and lead with competence and integrity. With this word, I welcome you all once again and wish this program a great success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the kind words of wisdom. May I now request the moderator of the session, Engineer Shashi Prakash Singh, sir, to please introduce our speaker for today's webinar, Dr. Aklim Siddiqui, sir. Sir, please.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Friends, let me introduce today's our speaker, Dr. Aklim Ahmed Siddiqui. He is currently serving as the associate professor and head of the Department of the Mechanical Engineering at FCRIT, Navi Mumbai. He holds a bachelor's degree in automobile engineering, a master degree in machine design, and he did his PhD in mechanical engineering from the University of the Mumbai. With over 3 decades of the professional experience spanning academia and industry, Dr. Siddiqui has developed strong expertise in areas such as automobile engineering, vehicle systems, machine design, reliability engineering, and emerging automotive technologies. He has active contributions to teaching, research, academic administration, curriculum development, and quality enhancement initiatives in engineering education. Dr. Siddiqui has published research papers in reputed journals and conferences and has guided several graduate research projects. He is also associated with boards of studies of autonomous engineering institutions affiliated with the University of Mumbai. Apart from his technical expertise, he is widely appreciated for his practical and application-oriented approach toward engineering, education, and professional skill development. Alongside his strong academic foundation, Dr. Siddiqui is actively exploring applications of advanced tools such as data-driven decision-making and intelligent systems to improve engineering and administrative processes. With his wide-ranging experience, research acumen, and passion for innovation, Dr. Siddiqui continues to inspire young engineers to combine fundamentals with modern technology for solving real-world challenges. In today's webinar, he will be sharing useful tools, techniques, shortcuts, and best practices for effectively using MS Excel, Word, and PowerPoint to improve productivity, documentation quality, and professional communications for engineering professionals. I will request Dr. Aklim Siddiqui, sir, please take the charge and enlighten us with your valuable inputs.
Okay, thank you, sir, for that very wonderful introduction of mine. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, all the panelists, all the participants, attendees over here. As engineers, we spend years. Let me first confirm I'm audible, no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So, yes, as engineers, we spend years building strong technical knowledge. We design systems, we analyze problems. And yes, as engineers, we also develop solutions, obviously. But in our day-to-day professional life, a very significant portion of our time is not spent on core engineering. This, if you analyze yourself, everybody will realize that we work on documentation, documenting our work, handling data, and presenting our ideas, which today I'm doing. I'm presenting whatever limited knowledge that I'm having. Many times, despite having a strong technical knowledge, the way we organize things, the way we present things, or rather, I would say the way we communicate it does not reflect its true value. This is where the crux of the situation comes. As professionals, we are very good. But yes, as communicators, somewhere we fall short, or sometimes we struggle, even if we are good at that. So let me tell you, this webinar is designed to address that gap. It is an attempt from my side, not by teaching the software, okay, because they are very vast, they are very robust. It cannot be covered within this half an hour or 1 hour session. But by helping using simple digital tools and techniques that I normally use, that I normally incorporate in my documentation part, in my analysis part, in my presentation part. So these simple tools which are there, the simple tricks I would say, which normally I use in MS Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. This will help us more effectively to improve our productivity, professionalism, and clarity of our engineering work. So instead of continuing with my video on, I'll switch off my video and I'll start with my presentation first. And then I will take up one by one Word, Excel, PowerPoint. And within a short span of time, whatever I'm able to cover, I'll be quickly delivering that. And let's hope that this webinar would be very much useful in organizing ourselves as far as our documentation and presentation is concerned. So starting with, I'll be first sharing my PowerPoint presentation. The screen is visible to everybody?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Yeah. So when we talk about engineers, so engineers are judged not only by what they know, but also by how they present their work, how they document their work. The real problem that we as an engineer face today, it's rather said that it's not about working hard, it's about working smart. Okay, so if we see over here, I have put up some points. If you are unable to do all these things, it will impact on your professional image. Time lost in formatting and corrections, we struggle a lot. Sometimes simple things, but we struggle with the things that are available with us to do those things. Then poor presentation is there. Okay, then we have got manual and repetitive works. We have good work, but yes, we lose out on poor communication. So too much time has been spent on formatting, rework, and corrections. Repetitive tasks are done manually, which we have to automate, which we have to standardize. Okay, which I'll be teaching today. Reports and presentations which not look professional. Nowadays it has become very easy. Let me confess this. Let me be very straightforward. Let me be very honest to tell you this is not my presentation. This is the way not I make my presentation. I have used AI tool to make these 5 slides. Straight away. This is one level up. If you are a good presenter, you know how to manipulate, you know how to address your AI, how to make the work done. In first attempt, you will not get. So that also is an art. Using an AI is not difficult, but manipulating or working with AI so that it gives you the desired result is something different. So reports and presentations are not looking professional. That is one of the real problem that we face. And good technical work not getting easily communicated. Okay. So my session objective today is to improve our daily productivity, reduce the repetitive work, improve professional output, and communicate ideas clearly. Now, what I will be covering today is MS Word, MS Excel, and MS PowerPoint, where Word will be for documentation, for tools and tips for standardization of our routine work. And most of you might be knowing, maybe today, if I give some tips and tricks, it might help you much better. Then even for data handling, we have lots of data. How do we evaluate that? How do we project those data? I'll be taking some parts of it, like sorting, filtering, analyzing, and formula and functions. Coming to MS PowerPoint, yes, this is a very powerful tool where even our slides we can standardize. There are certain things which we have to go for some repetitive changes can be done with a single click. all those things that I'll be covering when I will be taking up the PowerPoint. So the bottom line would be that smart work is not about working less, it is about working better. Think smart, work smart, grow smart, and achieve more. After having said this, I will be immediately coming to the Word. I have just unshared my screen. I'll be opening up Word document first. Okay, and I will now share from the screen gone. I'll share the entire screen so that you can see what is there on my desktop. Okay, so I hope this is visible to everybody. Only the point is that the toolbar at the top is interfering with my movement. Okay. Now, if you see the Word document over here, many of you will say, see, I know how to work with Word. I know how to go about with formatting Word. Now, let me tell you, everybody knows, even a high school student knows how to do about it. What I'll be dealing over here with certain standardizations that we can do in our day-to-day work. Now, everybody knows that if I have to open, people who are having notepad and pen, you can write it down also. If you don't know, otherwise many of you might be knowing it. Okay, when I press Control and O, it opens up a new window, a new Word window. See, it comes like this. I press Control O. It will tell you what documents I have to open or if I have to go for a new document. If I go with Control N, I press Control N. It opens a new document altogether. You don't have to go anywhere to open a new document. It is Control N. I will close this document. Okay. Then we have got something called as Control C, where we copy, Control V, where we paste, Control X, where we cut. So I don't have to tell everybody all these things. Then there are certain shortcuts which many people might not be knowing, many people might be knowing and not be frequently using it. So I'm refreshing it today. If you press Control B, it becomes bold. Okay. Yeah, it becomes bold. If you press Control I, it becomes italic. If you press Control U, it becomes underlined. Fine. So these are very commonly used things that we are doing. But if you open a Word on your desktop right now, what you will find is, which is the common thing that we get by default, is the font that is present over here is Calibri 11 ka font. Normally in academics, we do that. Even in standard documentation, when we talk about standard font, either it is an Arial or we go with Times New Roman as far as our formal report writing, documentation, paper writing part is concerned. Papers normally they say Arial font, and in our documentation we go with Times New Roman. But whenever I open my document, I find that it is Calibri and 11 every time I paste something. I'll just open up one sample for document over here. I already have it open. No, this is a famous exams reform document from AICT. I will take some paragraph from and I will copy. Okay, this is a standard document available as an open source. So here, what I get is I get every font over here as Calibri. Now the problem is I don't want it as Calibri. What I will do, I will go over here or I will select everything. Control A, entire document is selected. And then what I do is I go over here, drop down, I take Times New Roman, and then I go over here, I will take 12 ka font, fine. Okay. Then suddenly I realize I have to put some more things. So I go over here, I copy from here, Control C, and then I paste over here, Control V. Okay, you will find that this now the Word has become very intelligent. It has realized that you are using 12 the font and Times New Roman. I go down over here. I open a new document. Again, the same problem persists. I paste over here. This time it has not taken Times New Roman. So every time we as people who are supposed to present, this is one of the problems, supposed to document rather, I would say. I want whenever I open my Word document, this should by default be Times New Roman and it should be 12 ka font. What has to be done? I will select everything. I will delete everything. I forget everything. What I do is, if you see this tab over here, I hope my cursor is visible to everybody. I'm moving my mouse. Sometimes in live presentation, the cursor vanishes.
Yes, sir.
Arrow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for confirming. So here, what I will do is, I will not do anything. I want to standardize my font. So I will just click over here. You can see this arrow. There is a small arrow over here. I'll just click over here. It expands out and then, or it opens up a new dialog box. And then over here, I will select Times New Roman. I will say always my standard document should be having 12, the font of 12, and it should be body text. So body is already taken up. And here I would see there is an option present over here. Okay, text effect and all are advanced things, so that I will not right now take up. So I will just say set as default. Okay, a dialog box pops up and it says, do you want to set the default font to Times New Roman 12 body 11 point? Okay, for whatever they want to change. So this document only, no, I want to change for all document. What happens is when I do this, it will change the normal template of MS Word. So I just say, okay, I close this. Okay, now I am clicking don't save. Okay, I will say don't save. Now I open a new document of Word. Now, whenever you open Word on your desktop, on the desktop on which you have done corrections, on which you have changed your default, you will find Times New Roman and 12. Tension has gone. Now, another aspect comes up. See, what happens is, every time I will take up my standard document. What I will do is, every time I have to put my college name, every time I have to put my designation and all those things. So what I do is, I will see, this is the thing that is normally repeated in my documents. Every work office, you will be having these things. Your logo is there, which sometimes you have to scramble whenever you have to make documents. Then you have to keep typing this, then you have to keep everything you have to repeat in your document. And then you have got your signatures also. Signature means your name, your designation, all those things, not your physical signature. How can I standardize this? Okay, many times we have got something called as office orders. We have got something called as notices. Then we have got various professional bodies. Now, professional body letterhead, department letterhead is different for every professional body. So every time when I'm making this, I have to keep on typing. I'm wasting my time. How do I optimize my time over here? I will teach you how to do it. I open a new document and I want this exact same document I will create, so that whenever I have to come out with a notice or circular, as far as department is concerned, my letterhead is ready. I don't have to keep on typing and keep on struggling with that. So what I do is, I will just go over here. Fine. And from here, I will be copying the entire thing. I will not be wasting my time in typing and all those things. So I will just copy over here and have standardized this. I will also standardize. Let me tell you, by the way, how do you get your header and footer? See, this is your standard document where in the left-hand side, you will find the ruler gray at the top and white at the bottom. So this shows the upper part is open for your header and the lower part is open for your footer. So I will just go over here. Instead of, there is an option where I say insert, there is header and footer. Standard headers and footers are available over here. But I don't go with that. I will just go up my arrow, I'll double click. When I double click, header is activated. And then I can do whatever I want. So I have pasted over here, my standard header has come. I will somewhat customize this, slightly it should go above and it should not be too much taking up the space. So I have taken this, I have standardized. Then I say that many a times I have to customize this also. So I will say, Baba, okay, I'll keep this as notice, keep it at center, then Control A, Control B. This is my standard notice format. And every notice, being a head of department, I will be putting my physical signature after the print. So every time I have to type my name, I will pick up from here. In fact, that document is missing. So I'll just type, no problem. So I'll just take it over here. These are the ways that people can do. So I'll just put up over here. Done. And then I go over here. This I'm standardizing. So initially it will take time, but afterwards everything will be standardized. I bring this to bottom or wherever I want to place, because this is just a template. So if I keep on typing, it already will go to bottom. And here I want that line at the top. So I will just select top border. If you see the print preview of this, you will find it like this. The signature line is also created. Okay. Now here, I will not save this document for your information. If I save, it will be saved as a file. Maybe I will make this as a file as, say, for example, my letterhead, department letterhead. But whenever I have to make a new document, every time I have to go to that department letterhead file, and every time I have to delete the previous content and type the next content that I want to do. I want to make this as a template. When I want, the department letterhead should pop up. Okay. So what I will do is I will go over here, file, and we'll say save as. There is an option save as. So in save as, I will select the location wherever I want to save it. So I'll go to browse. I will say decide the location. It is on desktop. And then I will say, okay. I will change the name because there is one more document by that name. So I will just put it webinar department letter head sample. I'm giving a big name, no problem. But I will not save it. There is another option below that, that is save as type. I will not save it as a document. I will go and say save it as a Word template. Now let me tell you, whenever you click on this template, your desktop location has changed. By default, it has gone to a place where standard Office templates are located, and they are connected to the application file through which we run our Word. So let me give you a word of caution. Never change this destination folder. Okay, never play with this folder. If you change that, it will not reflect in your standard Word document. So keep as it is wherever it by default takes you. Keep the title, whatever you want to put, and then say save. I will close this document. Okay, I will close this document also. Don't save. I will now go for new, Control O. Control O, I will say new, because Control N if we do, immediately document opens, plain document. So I will say new. Now in new document, why it is not reflecting? Sometimes you have to face some issues, and which right now I'm facing. Yeah. So the problem is that here I had personalized lots of things. So I moved to the personal. There are two tabs, featured and personal. You go to personal, and in personal you can find there are lots of things that I have made up over here. So here you will find that webinar department letterhead sample. I'll click over here. My document is ready. Tomorrow I want to create a university report. You might have seen when I went to new. I will go to personal. Okay, letterhead PhD class. Okay, I just click over here. I don't have to do anything for my PhD class. What I am using is I don't use a logo. I don't use anything. I just put up this thing and come out with whatever document I have to make. Similarly, at department level, if I have to go for any department activity, I don't have to struggle with my letterhead. I just take up over here, the letterhead opens up, and I do my work normally, which I do. Similarly, I have just removed, I have lots of standard documents which I have kept. The footer, header, everything you customize and save it as a template. Only thing is, don't change the destination folder. Now, a very common question comes, sir, I'm sitting on this desktop. Suppose tomorrow if I'm working somewhere else, how will this standard document come up? Yes, the question is absolutely right. So what we have to do is, whenever we go for saving, in fact, I went for opening. Whenever we go for saving, say for example, I went over here, took up the desktop, and I hit the template over here. Just go over here and copy the address. Fine. When you copy the address and when you go for the browser, sorry, I will open a new. Yeah, I will open a new this thing over here, and I will just paste that location address. When you paste the location address, you will get the folder where these templates are saved. Take this in pen drive. Okay, you take this in pen drive, and after taking this in pen drive, whichever PC you are sitting, In the same folder, this path you have to be very consistent. In the same folder from the pen drive, you transfer that file over here, close it, open your Word, your template is ready to be used in any PC you want. Clear? So this is one simple way by which we standardize our document. Okay, we have learned how to standardize our opening file, that is Times New Roman and 12. Now I'll be telling you about something called something like there are certain things that we have to keep on typing and it is required. Say for example, in my college, if I have to do my work, I have to every time type Father C. Rodriguez. This is very much casual type of work. Can I standardize this also? See, I have got a header, but sometimes I have to type certain things which are very standard. How do I do that? Many people might be knowing. It is with the autocorrect option. I see in my PC I have customized. I just type FCRIT. After typing FCRIT, I press the space bar. The college name comes automatically. I don't have to use the keyboard to write the entire thing. I press just my department name, DME. It comes over here. At the top, if I have to put the trust name, yes, it is Agnel Charities. Very common usage things that for which we require time, and it is like it will not interfere with my regular work. I can go for autocorrect option. People present over here might be knowing, but I'll just refresh by showing over here. Go to file, go to options, okay, and in option you have got something called as proofing tool, and in proofing tool we have got this autocorrect option. Okay, now in autocorrect option, when you click, see, these are all the things. Sometimes we initialize to initial capital letters, all those things are over there. If you have to disable, you can disable this. I will just put my name as, if I type AQ, my name should come. So I will type over here. And I will say add. Okay, you can do lots of things over here, but be careful when you are whenever you are using this shortcut, I'll tell you what problems may come. So okay, and then say okay over here. See, I type AQ. Array, it is not happening. What is the problem? The problem is I have given this as capital Q. Very case sensitive it is. And then I press the space bar, my name comes. Okay. So if tomorrow somebody wants to say that there is a subject in mechanical engineering by the name, there is design of machine elements. This is the subject which is there in mechanical engineering. And then I put the full stop. This is the problem I'm facing. That DME, because I have put autocorrect, it becomes Department of Mechanical Engineering. What is the solution for this? It has become a headache. So how to overcome this? You don't have to do anything. See, I will just delete it again. I'll show once again. I press space bar. I press space bar. Now it has realized that Baba, sir doesn't want this. I'll go to another paragraph. Okay. This is DM. Okay. Department of Mechanical Engineering. Once it comes, immediately say Control Z. Don't have to do anything. You just say Control Z. The autocorrect that it has done, one step it will reverse back. So DME, after pressing spacebar, it went for that auto correction step. Once you say Control Z, that is undo the previous step. So it comes to DME. Okay. So this is how we standardize. We put some autocorrect options, but let me be very careful. We have to be very judicious in assigning shortcuts as far as Word is concerned. If we are very rash with this, then the problem is you will not be able to use Word very effectively. Fine. Then there are certain things which we normally struggle with. People don't understand sometimes. Is I will take, see this paragraph over here. This paragraph is see, looking very messy. I have deliberately made it messy. Whenever you paste, it comes like this. So first of all, it is Calibri. So I'll just make it Time New Roman because this was an earlier document before I went for auto correction. So fine, but still it doesn't look good. So there are certain options which we normally do in Word. One thing is justify command. When we justify, if you see towards the left, they are just shaky over here. So I'll just put over here, justified. Okay. Yeah, it is touching the entire edge of the paper. So here, don't use this. Please don't use this, because it will just move whatever paragraph you have selected. So never use this tab over here. You just move like this. Entire page setup changes. Okay. I can move this over here and then change the page setup, and then again bring it over here. See, this is time consuming. How to standardize this? Okay. How to overcome this problem? Fine. So here what I will do, first I'll show that formatting part, manual formatting part. I have done this. I want 1.5 ka line spacing. I have got a very good line spacing over here compared to this lower part. But after every paragraph, I am unable to see the space between the paragraphs. So normally people, what they do, take enter mara. Here you come, put one more enter. No, please don't do this. You customize your paragraph. You go over here, go to line spacing options, and from here, see there is before and after. So here after, normally I take whatever points, whatever font size is there, I take one font size. And the line spacing option is 1.5. I say, okay, see, automatically it has created. Now what I have to do is, for every paragraph, I will take this format painter. There is this format painter, and I paint it over here. I take this format painter, and then I paint it over here. If I want to paint it again, it will not come. I have to again take it. So what I do is, I double click over here. When I double click, I can use it multiple times. But let me tell you, this also is time consuming. Correct? So how do I overcome this? Yes, I can overcome this. I will move back again. Fine. See, if you click on this paragraph, if you click on this line over here, it shows body text. Fine. I think that normal wala is missing. This is the normal font which people use. I will select everything to normal. Fine. Now what I am doing is, I am defining myself. I am defining my document. I am saying that I want this to be 1.5 ka font. I want the paragraph by default also add space paragraph is there, but when we have to customize, we go from. I am saying, okay, this has to be right aligned. I want all my paragraphs, which in future, if I'm typing, in future, if I'm pasting also, it should be this time. I don't have to keep formatting. My waste of time is there. So what I do is, this is my normal font. This is my normal paragraph. I go at the top. This is called as styles. So I click over here. See, there is one option called as update normal to match selection. So I click over here. Fine. So what happens is, whatever paragraph is present over here, it will update this style with this style. Okay, the default style, whatever MS has given, Microsoft has given, is something different. So I want my style to be pasted over here, to be taken up over here. So I'll just say update. See, as soon as I updated, everything changed. Everything changed. I'll just do it again, redo it. The style doesn't take in this format. Okay, so I'll just spoil it again. So I'll go to I'll say it has to be Cambria. It will be 14. It is not in proper thing. Yes, fine. I want it this way. Okay. This is my properly formatted document where, yes, there was one issue. I have taken Calibri. Yes, I correct myself. It will be Times New Roman. It will be 12 and it will be justified. And after the paragraph, I'll be taking up 12 ka font. I have done this. Once I have done this, I will now go over here. Now you see the difference. What happens over here? I'll just click towards right, update. Things have changed over here. My entire document has changed because each and every aspect of the document I had initially taken up Control A and selected this. Fine. I can standardize another things also now. How I can do that? This is my header number 1. So I will say there is an option of heading 1, heading 3, heading 2, heading 1. Okay. Heading 1 has been defined as Times New Roman 24. I would say my standard heading should be 18 and it should be bold. The spacing after this should be 12. Fine, very good. So here I have taken this as bold. I will customize this. Now what happens is I have got something called as subheading, which is present in the document. I'll tell you why I'm doing this. I will take up heading 2. Okay. Now when I say heading 2, I want this to be left aligned. I want this to be bulleted and step bulleted. Okay, numbered bulleted step 1. So here I see that it has gone to third step 1.1.1. I want it as 1. So I will just say shift tab, shift tab. I repeat, shift tab. If I press tab, it increases the, if I press tab, it increases. Let me just undo this. Yeah. 3 level, I will say shift tab, shift tab. Space I put over here and I have customized this. I will go down, reduce the font, make it 16. Space is also there. And then I will say update. Now I go down. I will take another heading, heading 2. Okay, I have taken very limited part. Heading 2. I want to create a subheading, heading 3. I'll do things quickly because time issue with time is there. So I'll just paste it over here. It has taken 4. See, when I press tab, it has taken the subheading. So when I go for subheading, I will define it as heading 3. Now I move down. Yeah, this is my heading 3. I will go down further. I will go to a very far off page because I'll tell you why this is required, because whenever we maneuver, then these things are required. Say model question paper comes as heading 2. I have done everything. I've done all my formatting. Okay, now once I have done this, my document is ready. Everything is perfect. There is nothing, no issue at all. Now I want to go, Arey Baba, what are the different headings? What are the different subheadings? I have to keep on scrolling. This is a big struggle. If you see, this is a 90-page document. So just do nothing. Press Control H. Sorry, that is for change of the document. Press Control F. Once you press Control F, you get something called as headings, pages, and result. Control F is a shortcut for to find. So here what I'm doing is I'm putting a document over here to find. That's why model question paper was active and it went to model question paper. But I want to see what are the different headings in my document. I click over here. Such simplified document I have got. I want to see heading number 2, importance of higher. I don't have to scroll the document. I go to mapping program outcomes and to assessment. See, I have reached to page number 4. Yeah, model question paper I want to see. Very good. Page number 62, I don't have to scroll. I am not wasting my time. Okay, this is one of the options. Second option is sometimes when we prepare the document, I will just take one page blank at the top. Now, how to create a one full blank page? Just before the point where you want to create the blank space, you place your cursor, hold Control, press Enter. See, one full page has come. See, one full page we are getting over here. Okay, why I have taken this full page? Now, for this document, I want to create an index sheet, table of contents. So for table of contents, just keep on typing introduction, page number 3, model question paper, page number 62. And sometimes when you do the formatting of 62, it goes to 63. And then we have to scramble, we have to run around. How these things are done automatically in Word. Word has got that feature. Now, how where is it located? Sometimes I also have to search. I'm very sorry for that because lots of Yeah, it is in references. Okay. So when you go for references, there is table of contents. Just click on it. There are various styles which are present and customizations also can be done. So I'll just click over here. Now the problem is I was on page number 1, but it has pasted on page number 2. What is the issue? I have to check where things have gone wrong. So I'll just activate this character map and just see what has happened. See, page break has come at the top. I want to put the table of content before the page break. So I will undo this. I will place my cursor over here and then I go over here and put the, so it has come on page number 1. Now, if you see this, everything, whatever headings, subheadings that you had defined, that we have taken up in the font in which they have been typed over there, everything will be present. Even the page numbers. I'll give an example. Suppose I'll remove the character map. Suppose if I change any of the page number, suppose 3.1 is on page number 6. So I move over there. See, I can directly jump over there. Just control and click on that title. So I'll just, what I do is, I will take this to new page. Okay, it has gone to some other page. I come back over here. It has not updated the page number. Okay, what I do is I click on this update table. Click on update table, update page numbers only. No, I want to change the entire table. So I will take over here. Why entire table? Because if you say just page number, it will change the page number. But if you might have changed this topic also, it will not reflect. So update entire table. See, page number has changed. It has come to 7. Okay. These are standardizations that we can do in our daily practice, daily documentation work. Now, let me tell you, time is short. There are lots of things that I have to do. Here, you can also customize your headers and save it as a template file, which I have done. See, if you see this template file, Mumbai University report template. If you see this report template, I have customized each and every heading, subtitle, title, bullets, even the normal font as per the guidelines given by University of Mumbai for students to make the report. Now, as researchers, we have to publish papers. We have to disseminate our information to the general professional societies. So there also they have certain standard documents, their standard templates are there. We can, normally very famous is the IEEE template for research publications. So we can customize those templates using the style format over here, using these options over here, using the references and the autocorrect option, and then moving about with saving it as a template, and then just pasting your content and everything is standardized. Here you can standardize your table, here you can standardize your figure placements, your figure captions, everything, but that requires time. For everybody's information, this entire Word, Excel, PowerPoint, I take, my faculty also takes a course of 5 days continuously. They are trained on that. Then they are able to master all these things. So I think with this view, one more thing that I want to show, because sometimes I feel I have to show everything, but time is not there. I'll just show one thing over here. Sometimes it happens that I have to compare one paragraph with the other paragraph. There is an option present over here, which is split window. When we go for split window, the lower part can be any page which you want to check and compare, and the upper part can be any other page which you want to check and compare with this one. Sometimes we have to go for references. So here page number, it is on page number 1. This is on page number, say 35, 25, 15. And then I have to first check this, then scroll down. So there is a split option. Okay. So once you remove this, it goes away. Wherever your cursor is present, it shows that screen. Okay. Then one thing I would definitely, I hope Neelas sir and Singh sir will permit me to continue with Word for 5 more minutes. Then I'll move to Excel. In Word, there is a very powerful tool called as mail merge. I'll just give a demonstration of that because this many a times we require. I will use mail merge over here. See, I have got, I'll change this. I'll just close this. Come with my letterhead. Okay. Now, in fact, I wanted to create a standard material testing report, but I was not having some data. That's why I stopped with that. I'll tell you what we can do over here. I will say 2. Okay. Then there are people whom I want to give a standard letter. Okay. Then subject I will type maybe invitation for webinar webinar organized by IEI NMLC under the aegis of Mechanical Engineering Division Board, something like that. And then we say, dear sir. Then we have got some more data as A. You may be a chairman, you may be president, you may be secretary. That designation I have to put. I'm giving you just 2 fields which can be customized. You are invited for, and so on. Then my signature statement, signature tab and everything would be there. I want to send this to 10 people. So what normally I do, either I will have somewhere those things typed, I will copy from there and start pasting. Doctor, sorry, once again we are making sir doctor, last time sir had pointed out. Okay. Chairman, see, too much time. I have to invite Neelas sir also. I have to invite Narvelkar sir also, and other people also. How I can customize this? Some people might be knowing this. I'll just refresh this today. What I will do is, I will ask somebody to prepare a list of invitees. And for the invitees, I would say the name of the person, his designation, and organization. Okay, this we will take up. So what I do is, I want it in column form. I have typed it in row form. This I will be giving an introduction to Excel also. I want to change this into horizontal form. So what I do is, I will copy this. Okay, and here only, see, there is a tool over here which says transpose. So when I transpose this, okay, it has to be a new location. When I transpose this, it becomes horizontal. I delete whatever I have taken earlier. Overwriting was not allowed. So I will just very quickly take up. Sorry, I'm not taking up the entire names for that I can demonstrate things quickly. This is just for demonstration purpose. If any mistake is there, please excuse me. I create this document. Okay, and then I say save. I will save on desktop as address for webinar. I save this. I close this. Okay, now I go over here. There is a tab called as mailings. Now this will be very useful when you are going for a big document and lots of data is there where you want to customize your letter and everything. So here I will go for mailings, select recipients, type a new list. No, use an existing list. Where is that list present? It is on the desktop and address for webinar. It is asking which sheet you are on, which sheet you want to use. I will be using, and first row of data contain column headers. Okay, that is done. Now what I do is insert the merge field, name over here, enter, designation over here, enter, organization over here. Okay, and then I format this also so that it looks good. It should be Times New Roman. It is 12. It has to be bold. It has to be 1.5 line spacing, and remove the paragraph option. Take it as 1.5. Then here also I will customize this very quickly. And dear sir, as A, the designation should come. So in the mailings, I will go and say the designation. And I remove all the excess spaces which are there. Done. And then I will go merge. Now, how do I check whether things are perfect or not? I'll just reduce the size first. I will go over here, preview results. First letter goes to Dr. Nilesh Deshmukh. Second letter goes to SP Singh sir. See, the designation is changing over here. And then, fine. I can customize and then finish and merge. I click over here, edit individual document or print. Directly it can go to print. If your mailbox is customized, directly mail can also be sent. You just put the mail addresses over here. It is going to customize and send individual mails to people if your Outlook mailbox is customized. So when I say edit individual documents, whether you want all the documents, whether you want first 10, whether you want numbered, so everything will be there. I say all. See, all the letters by default have come down. If you want to check page setup and everything, they are ready. So this also save times as far as not only letters are concerned. Sometimes standard reports are there with lots of multiple data to be manipulated. With this tool can be very, very effectively used. So this I will stop over here as far as Word is concerned. I'll be very quickly coming to Excel part. And Excel, actually, there are lots of tools, but I will be taking very few. If time permits, then I'll move on because PowerPoint also some parts have to be said. But before that, can I please hear from somebody whether I'm exceeding my time or do I have to be very fast right now? From the panelist? Because this will take 15 to 20 minutes more.
Sir, please continue because very interesting.
Okay, thank you, sir. So because I was tense within short span, it is difficult for me to cover these things. But thank you. I'll start with that. See, the first thing that we did in Word, कि बाबा हमने font change किया. By default, actually, my Times New Roman has already changed. But in your, it will be Calibrian 11 if you see your Excel sheet. So here also, whatever standard font you use, if you are comfortable with Times New Roman, fine. But the question is, बाबा यहाँ कैसा change होता है? So here, if you click over here, there is no option for default. In Word, there was an option of default over here. So what we have to do is we have to go over here, files, then we go for options, and then in options, we have to see where is the font. Yes, it is here. When creating new workbooks, use this as default font. By default, my desktop, I have to kept it as Times New Roman. By default, it is 12. And by default, whenever I open my Excel sheet, 4 sheets will open up. Whenever I open a workbook. So this is 4. I'll give a demonstration. See, right now there is 4. I will change that. So I go for options, Times New Roman 12, normal view. I will say I want only one sheet to be opened whenever I open Excel. So I'll just close this now. Now I open Excel again. See, there is only one sheet. Many a times we get irritated. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 7, by default something is there. So yes, I'm opening only sheet number 1. Then we have got some data. Just let me check if I have got ready-made data. Yeah, there are some. See, there is a data which I have taken over here, which is my student name, what is the project title, and what are the remarks. See, project title is too long, all these problems we are facing. So sometimes what we will be doing is we will go for an option called as wrap text. See, everything comes in wrap text. Okay, this is one option which we get. Second option is we are very often using merge commands. How do we merge? I have taken some result over here, but first I'll explain to you merge. I have typed my college name. By the way, here also autocorrect can be done. If you type AC, college name comes, FCRIT, college name comes, DME, department comes. Where do we do that from? We go for options. In the proofing tool, you have got this autocorrect option. So I won't repeat those things over here again. So here the autocorrect option is from the file options tab. Okay, and just a word of caution, please don't play with all the other tool till you are sure what you are doing. Otherwise, there will be lots of problems. Sometimes in Excel sheet, we have got zeros which are present, and those if something is not there, 0 by default comes. So there is option over here to just suppress those 0 values also. Okay, so be careful whenever you're using your options tab. Yes, now what I have to do is, say for example, I have made this convener and panelist list. Names are there, designations are there, everything is there. I make a table of it. And then I go for the table borders. I come over here. Yeah, make a border. Now, what as a standard document, what I have to do is what I'll be doing is I want this to be a properly formatted page. So when I just see it over here, yeah, this has become offset. See, this is offset. I want to make it centered. Everybody will say, sir, oh, mail merge, do it mail merge. So I'll just go over here, merge center. I'll just go over here. It is taking my time. That is another option. What I do is I select everything. When I say mail merge, it will say, Baba, it will keep only one content. Everybody knows that. This is the common problem. What we do is merge across. It has merged individual rows. Okay, I'll explain once again. I have got this field, I have to merge over here. I have got this field, I have to merge over here. What I do is I select everything, take the width, and then I say merge across. When I say merge across, it merges the fields horizontally and it completes our task with a single step rather than struggling with other aspects. Fine. Then something that is called as, say, for example, I have put, I will put, sir, I'm using your name too often, but for demonstration, nothing is striking my mind, so I'm using it over here. Chairman IEI NMLC. Now, what I want is, if I go for wrap text, देखो ये IEI is coming at the top, NMLC, then I have to keep on adjusting like this. Okay, which normally we do. What I will do is, if I have got a situation like this, I want IEI NMLC to come in the second line within the same cell. I am not changing the cell. So what I do is I click over here, go to IEI, press the Alt button, ALT, and press enter. It goes to next line. Now, whatever size of cell you have, it will be in the second line. Alt, enter, Alt plus enter, hold Alt and then press enter. I'll show once again. Yeah, this is coming as a mixed line. I want this to go down, Alt enter. Within the same cell, it will give you a new line. Okay, it will give you a new line. Now in the cell, if you are facing this type of problem, yeah, quite commonly used, you just make it as centered, left, right, all these things we can do. So this is how we do the formatting of the cell. Now, in fact, I had this sample which will require very elaborate formatting part. So I will not do this over here. I will move to conditional formatting. Now, when I see the result over here, there is roll number of the student, there is the name of the student, where you can make out I have gone for wrap text. That's why it is coming properly. Then I have got marks, maths, English, their attendance, and the result. I will first make a very good table out of it, nicely formatted. So we can put colors also. There are standard things which are present over here, but we do it on our own. So I'll just put something like this over here. Too dark. I'll reduce this. Okay, fine. Very small formatting I have done. I want this name to be coming in one line. So I just go over here in the cell at the top. See the cursor changes to dark cross. Double click. Achha, it is not coming because I have activated wrap text. I deactivate that and then I double click over here. See, whichever is the largest name it has taken up. Then here also I would just fitting to, yeah, this is wrap text. I remove the wrap. Now it comes. Okay. And then this has to be centered. These are standard formatting parts which I have done right now. Now, conditional formatting is I have to identify or I have to just highlight things. There are lots of options available. Say, for example, I want to find out, I want to put colors for students. So see, there is this conditional formatting option. Highlight cell rules if it is greater than or less than. I want to catch defaulter. If it is less than, I will put the value 50 over here in this. See, the color is right now changing. I will just put it as light red fill. Okay. And yes, if you want the red font also, light red with dark red text. And then you say, sometimes you can also do the custom formatting. You can select manually. Different types of colors are there, different types of fonts are there. We will take the inbuilt one. Okay. Now, if this student falls below 50, see it becomes red. Okay. Second thing is, say for example, if I want to sort the data. So when I'm sorting the data, you can take specific data also. So if I'm sorting, there is data, there is this, I'll take, but instead of sort, I will take filter option. Now from the filter option, there is option which we know very well, smallest to largest, largest to smallest. I want only 50 wala data. So I have put color. I will take up that color. Only color it has sorted. Okay, where this will be useful? This will be useful where you have put a range. If, for example, I want to remove the statement of conditional formatting. So I go over here, clear rules, clear from the entire sheet. Okay. When I clear from the entire sheet, I will put my own rule. I want to catch the students who are between 35 and 55. For example, some data in your industry, some data with your purchase and your stores, everything. So you want to find out. So what I will do is I will go over here, highlight rules between. So I want to put the rule 35 to 55. Okay, I'll increase the threshold 60. Yeah, 3 people have come. And I take this, and then yes, I will go for the data filter. Once you take filter, it takes the entire table because everything has to move along with it. And then there is filter by color. Done. Very easy. Okay. Another thing is, I will just remove the rules from here. Highlight cell rules, sorry, clear from the entire sheet. Once again, I want to highlight the marks. I will come over here, and then from here I would go to conditional formatting. See, there are data bars. It's like a graphical display. 89% person who is getting 89 is getting a higher bar compared to a person who is having 35 and all those things. So this shows in terms of a bar chart within the cell itself. A visual display, you can say, it will be available to you. So this is how conditional formatting works. There are lots of tools, there are lots of things that are available over here. Even you can create various scales over here. You can create top bottom, find out top 10%, find out top average, all those things you can find out. Okay, so this is about conditional formatting. Then coming to sometimes we don't have to manually check this. So there is commands which I'll be just showing you over here, and there are lots of commands. So I'll be starting one by one. First thing is I will say if command. Okay, if this plus this, okay, divide by 2 is greater than 40%, then I would say for a string command, yeah, for a string command, you have to put quotes. You type pass, else if it is not satisfying the criteria, you say it is failed. This we very, very often use. There is some problem with the character. Divide by 2 means I have to put it. What is happening over here? Divide by 2, so that's the average. This goes here. This comes here. Let's check again. I'll put a simple one first instead of that complicated equation. Don't know what's happening. If this is greater than 40%, then pass, else fail. Okay, but when we talk about average, I'll select this. So instead of divide by 2, it should be average. And then what I do is, some people have this thing, they know how to pull it down. Okay. Other option that is available is you just select all things and press Control D. So you press Control D, the equation is copied in the selected cells. Now here, if you see the student, if I change this, it fails. I can go for conditional formatting, which I have done earlier. I will say highlight cell rules, cells which are less than, here conditional formatting rule, highlight cell rules. Then you will be going to the equation part. Okay. And from there, you will be typing up all those things, cell values based on the result, based on what they contain. Okay. Using a formula. So in formula, you can put up if this value contains pass, then you put this equation and all those things. Okay. That is a tedious process. Right now, I'm not explaining here. So this is how we can use conditional formatting. Now, another aspect is I have got hundreds of student data and I want to check only one person. So there is, I can create a dashboard on which I have created it on the right hand side. So I want to check out of the 1000 data that I am having, I put a roll number and I put the character that I want to put. So first of all, I'll start with the very basics. I will say, I will put a roll number. I will put the roll number of the student and I want his marks over here. Okay. Or I want his result. Fine. And then I'll just make it slightly fancy. So put over here, make it, yes, then my font will be white. Keep it centered. Done. Roll number I'll put. I'll say the result has to reflect. So first of all, I'll put the roll number ME101. Now when I put it over here, I will put the equation is equal to, there is a lookup command. We call it as VLOOKUP. There is HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. This is a very advanced command that I'm demonstrating right now. So we will go for I want to remove one data validation part. Okay. Now I'll put it over here. VLOOKUP bracket open. What is the VLOOKUP value? I am looking up for this student. Okay, my first question is, what is the lookup value? I am looking for this roll number. Okay, what is, when I put comma, it will say what is the table array. I have to be very careful. This roll number has to be in the first column. And then I move whatever number of columns I have to take and whatever number of rows I have to take. Okay, then comma. What is the column index number that I am looking for? I am looking for this. Fine. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is the sixth column. So I'll put the word 6 over here. I will say comma. It should be approximate match or exact match. If I want approximate, I'll put 1. If I want exact, I'll put 0. I want exact. So I'll just put a comma 0 over here and put enter. This student has passed. Okay. I will say I want 102. 102 is passed. We'll check the fail person. Roll number 103. Fail. Okay. Now what happens is, sometimes while typing, I will put it this way. I will put it this way. 101. Okay. What I have taken up is, I have taken 0. If I put this as 1, I think it will take up because the words are same. No problem. I'll approximate part, we have to play a lot of things. So I'll just explain over here. Let me correct this to 0. Okay. Now, what happens is sometimes I don't have the character with me. So can I create a standard drop-down menu over here? Yes, I can create. How to create the drop-down menu is I go to data, and in data, we go for data validation. Just now I had disabled. So I will move to list, and then I will say the source. This is my data validation source. I will go down over here and say OK. Now I don't have to type. Where was my cursor when I did this? Data validation, I will say list. Sometimes you have to be very careful where your cursor is present. So somewhere I had to place the cursor and it was not. Now it is available. Roll number 107, roll number 110. So I don't have to type all these things. Correct? Now the question comes, Are Baba, I have to get specific details. What details I want? I will put roll number. I want subject wise marks. Subject I will select, and then I will say result or marks. Okay. So I will put roll number over here. Again, I will go for data validation. I will take up the list. I will take up the source. And from here, I will take up OK. So I have got this list present with me. Subject, I will take again data validation. I will go with the list. I will take up subjects. Subjects are these: maths, English, attendance. Okay. And then I say, okay, let's check. Yes. Result I want. So there are two things I have to check: with roll number and with the subject, what is the cell value. So first of all, I will take up the VLOOKUP command. So I will say VLOOKUP. What value I'm looking up? I'm looking for, I'll put up the values over here. Okay. So it is VLOOKUP is equal to VLOOKUP, comma, I'm looking for this value, roll number 101. What is the table array? The table array is over here. Okay. Then what is the column index number? Column index number I would be taking up as, there is something called as HLOOKUP command. HLOOKUP. Okay. Once I activate HLOOKUP, it will tell me what I have to take. I will be taking this horizontal part. Okay. In horizontal part, sorry, it is not horizontal part, that is a table array. I will be looking in the horizontal part what is the subject for horizontal lookup. This is vertical lookup, this is horizontal lookup. So in horizontal lookup, I am seeing whether it is English, maths or attendance, then comma, and this is the array. So the first row should be these words over here. Then comma. What is the row which I am looking for? It is the second row. Okay. And then I will go for 0, bracket close. I will go for 0, again bracket close. English, first roll number 85. If I change it, maths 92. Okay, no problem. I'll check again. Roll number 104. Roll number 104, maths 32. Okay. Attendance 104 is 45. 108, attendance is 81. 108, English marks is 52. Now, let me tell you, this is a very simple example that I have demonstrated. A very big data can be analyzed on the dashboard. See, what I can do is, this entire thing will be on the backend sheet, and at the front end, I will create my dashboard. Okay, this entire screen will be made as a dashboard. We have to design that. Once you design those things, then you have to just go whatever you want, and accordingly your data will be in front of you, not only in terms of value, because that requires training, which right now is not possible. You can also create a dashboard graph also for all these results. Once you just click with the VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP command being used over here, you can convert entire thing the way you want. Okay, so that was one thing that I wanted to demonstrate, VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP command. Then suppose there is something called as count. Okay, so there is a command that I'll use over here, COUNT, count if. There is this range. Okay, criteria is 45. Only once one value is 45. It is counting a particular value. Okay, then there are advanced commands where you can take a particular range. Say, for example, count if you don't have any value over here. Or there is one option over here, count if every equation should be having. Count if this is the range, then comma, then you say 7 are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I say it has to be fail, 3 students are getting fail. So this is how there are lots of commands which are used. One more example that I can give is, say, I will take the name which are present at the top. Aisha Khan, Rahul Sharma, then Bushra Siddiqui. I will type each one by one. For 4 or 5 I will take. Imran. Sometimes you get a data where people have typed it like this. Sir, ये data भी तो ऐसे ही available है. क्या करने का? I want it to be like this. I want to merge in one field. If you go for merge, not possible. It will take only one thing. Okay. So what we can do? There is a command called as concatenate. Concatenate. Concatenate what you want? I will take the first comma, second. Oh, there is a problem. This space bar is there is no space between the two. I can put that, no problem. What I will do is I will put space like this as a string character, comma. Now you press enter. Once you have done this, story is over. So that is how we do all these things. Then lots of things are there. I could have done, but yes, I'll show you one more thing. Then we'll stop over here for Excel. Somebody has typed like this. I will show only 2 data. Somebody has typed like this. So what I will do is I want this as uppercase. See, in Excel it is not possible. You can't change. There is no uppercase, lowercase. In Word it was available. In Word, say for example, if you have typed, okay, and even if this is small, so we have got this option in Word. Here we can go whether it is sentence case, okay, whether it is capitalize each word, whether it is uppercase. We can do this, but in Excel it is there is no option over here. So what we do is we take it over here is equal to, say I type upper, okay, it takes it as uppercase. Done. And then you just put it as Control D. Now you don't want this equation because tomorrow if I delete this, this will also go away. So what I have to do is I will just copy this, Control C, right click over here and put it as 1, 2, 3. It takes as values will be posted, equation will go away. So now even if you delete this, it will not have any effect over here. Fine. So then there is proper, then there is a Roman, all those things are Roman. I'll demonstrate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Suddenly you realize, okay, Baba, there is this value doesn't match the validation. Okay, there is one data validation thing over here. So I'll just move out from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go to some other place because data validation is active over here. Done. Now, what I will do is I will put over here, I want this number to be converted to Roman. So I'll just put Roman over here. This is a very small power of Excel. Let me tell you, Excel is very powerful. There are lots of tools, there are lots of avenues available. We have got statistical tools which are present over here. Then we have got finance tools, then research tools are there. Lots of things are there which we can do. So in case I'm offering to Singh sir, if you want an elaborate training on this, we at Agnels are ready for that. Neelas sir, my and team, everybody is ready for that. Okay, so now I'll be moving very quickly to PowerPoint and some tools and tricks that we can use in PowerPoint. You can see this is my current presentation which I was doing. So moving to PowerPoint, I will open a new slide over here. I'll open up some of my presentations. This webinar, yeah, there is something called as I had given a presentation for Maharashtra Times. Now you can see over here, I am demonstrating. Okay. Always remember, PowerPoint is not a document. It is your presentation. Okay. Don't make it as a document. Don't type or don't paste paragraphs over here. Don't write sentences. That is a good practice of presentation. Keep it as visual as possible. See, this is a rule of Maharashtra government. And there is a paragraph. If I put this paragraph and talk in terms of the parents, then everybody would be reading through the paragraph, probably. That is a human tendency. And nobody will be hearing to my words. And in those words, I will be putting some cautions also. Certain finer aspects also would be there in my sentence. So their attention would be diverted. The audience attention gets diverted. Okay. And then you make it as visual as possible. Sometimes just don't put anything over here. Say, for example, I'll just show one case. There is a type, yes. There is a type over here where you require certain documents. And when you start saying on that, when you start putting paragraphs over there, it becomes very tedious for people to, it is not intelligible, rather, I would say. So you just put one document, and then after that, you put up what are the bullet points over here. So my point is, make it as visually appealing as possible. Fine. Second thing is, suppose if I'm creating any document and say, for example, I'll take up over here, insert a text box and I say Agnel Charities. I put it up over here. Then I take another text box. So either I can go from here or I just copy this text. So two options are there, Control C and Control V. No, I will put Control D. Control D means it duplicates that thing. And then I'll put FCRIT. I get my college name. I duplicate this. I put as DME, department. And then what I do is I just keep on searching. So I have to put it at the center. Then I keep on struggling. Another option is I go to Format tab and from here align to center. It comes to center. Then I go over here, align to center. Then I go over here, I will say align to center. Okay. Another option is what I can do is I'll select everything and then I will say format. If I do align to center, it never aligns. Why? Because I'll just show you. See, something else happens. Why it is happening over here? Because whenever we are going for alignment, we have selected with respect to objects. I have to align with respect to slide. Check this and then say center. It comes with respect to slide. Now, every title of my slide should be this. This can be designed, this can be customized, whatever color you want to put, whatever font, you can standardize this. Once you have standardized, then you will be having something as footer over here. Okay, Baba, there is a webinar today. Webinar from IEI. And okay, I'll put it here. NEDB. Okay, this should be my footer. Now the footer font can be changed, the size can be changed. Then I will put up the date over here, slightly 2-3 things I'll put, and then I'll show what I'm doing. So date I will be putting over here. It will be 9th of May 2026. Okay, so I have done certain standardizations. I have put certain standard things over here, and then I will be putting up, say for example, somebody will say, "No, sir, put up some line over here." So I'll put up the line. Somebody is not saying, I'm only saying, because it doesn't look good. So I put it, sometimes it happens, whenever we are making a line, it becomes slightly crooked. If you see very carefully, it is a crooked line. It is a tapered line. So here you will see the height should become 0. It is in the format part. So once you make the height 0, it is perfectly horizontal, and then you bring it down. Okay, you have aligned things. You also put this one line over here. This is a very raw format that I'm taking up. Otherwise, nice customizations you can do. I want this in every slide. Okay. Deliberate mistake I have inserted over here. Now I put some images and all those text, everything that I put over here. Then I create, say, 10 slides. And suddenly somebody points, "Arey Baba, ye change problem hai, mechanical is wrong." So I go to this slide over here, type mechanical, go to the next slide, go to the next slide, or copy paste from there and copy. I have made 35 slides. Big headache. How do I standardize this? For standardizing this, I will first copy this entire thing so that I don't have to come back. I'll copy this entirely. I will go to view, then I will go to slide master, and in slide master, lots of things are there. My habit is I delete everything, whichever I can, I delete everything. Okay, and we keep these two. One is the master and one is the support to that master. I remove everything from here, and then in the second slide, I would put up whatever I have copied. Now I change it over here. It was MA, I would change it. I will make it as, first of all, small MA, mechanical. And then I close this. I delete all the slides from. I paste new slide. See, this is not editable. I'm clicking over here. I'm continuously clicking over here. I can't change. Nobody can change. So for that, what I have to do is I have created 10 slides. And then I realize there is this mistake over here on all the slides. So what I will do is I will go to view, slide master, make a small change over here. Mechanical, close. You will find on every slide that change has reflected. This is called standardization. Okay, certain things which are there repetitive. Now, sometimes people will say, "Sir, wo theek hai, baki ka bhi part hai." Baki ka part I will show. Sometimes it happens that in the slide, I do have a very, I'll give an example what I'm trying to say. Say, for example, some old thing I will show. This is a presentation where, as per the agenda point, as per the agenda point, we are showing the presentation to the members of the governing council. So at the top, you see, I have customized college name and logo is there. Item number, I can't change over here. The item number is fixed. And then the heading has been customized. Okay. How do we do this customization? I will go to view and then I will go to slide master. You can see my different customizations which are present over here. Okay. Item number 2, I have already put. Item number 3, I have put. Item number item number 4, everything is there. And then I put a customization thing over here and then I close. So suppose by mistake, array, this should have come in item number 2. All these points are in item number 2. What do I do? As an example, so I will come over here. I'm selecting this slide and then I come over here. Item number 2, I should know the slide number. See, item number 4, it has become. Item number 3, it has become. Item number 2. I go over here. I know now item number 2 is present over here. Item number 2. Or I select a group of slides and make it as item number 2. So all these slides have become now item number 2. Okay, why? I don't have to now go to every slide and change this. correct? Even this can be customized. I'll just copy and give you an example because lots of data I can't show to the general public. So I'll just move from here, item 4 and maybe item 3 and item here. Progress report. I'll take one point, copy from here. I will close this presentation. Now I move to this view slide master. I delete things from here, or let's keep it. And I add one more slide. Okay. I delete the things from here and then I paste it. I'll keep the logo as it is because now that will that will take my time. So item number 1 is then I create another one. Okay, there I will put item number 2. Okay, we'll take these two right now. Then I close. When I come over here, I don't want all these things. I will change. Now for this, I have not customized anything. I have to put a title. Say maybe introduction to Excel, advanced formulas, all these headings will be there. So what I do is I go once again, return back. And here, instead of putting that text standard text box, I will put something called as insert placeholders. So when you go to insert placeholders, you will have this option. That is the text box. So here lots of things are there. You just delete those things, remove the bullet, do the entire customization. So I want it as Times New Roman. It is a placeholder. Please remember, it is not a text box. It is 20 font. It will be at the center. So I will go over here, place it at center, make it small, and then I will be fitting it over here, taking it slightly up. So how to align this? So what I do is, this is over here, Shift, I hold this, I select both the boxes. Now just see, format, align. Align with respect to both the selected objects. So I will be checking this, and then after that I will say they have to come in the middle. Middle means both have to come at the middle. So here when I say middle, both will slide, and then now both of you can take up. They are exactly at the center. Another option is I will just say align with respect to the top, whichever is at the top, align with that. And then slight adjustment you can do. Middle will be better because it comes exactly at the middle. I have customized for MS Word. I will close this slide master. When I close the slide master for MS Word, this placeholder has not come. Sometimes things don't work according to your requirement. So once again, I'll go for placeholder. Text I will place over here. Control A, delete. Customize this. Okay. It is Times New Roman. It is 20. Center aligned. One thing maybe I have missed is that it should be at the top. Maybe it has gone behind. So format, I will bring to front. My font should be white. Let's check it should work now, otherwise there is some issue. Yeah, I have not changed it. Yeah. Okay, now when I get this, see it is already customized. Here it is not there. I will delete this, take up a new slide. For MS Excel, it is not customized. For Word, whatever I want to put. Okay, centering, slightly centering part is left out. So here, my font is decided, my color is decided, my location, everything is decided. Only thing is, whenever I go for a new slide, it is MS Word, you will find this. For MS Excel, I have not customized, so you will not get that. But for Word, I have customized. So when I hit it over here, yes, I just have to save. Done. Clear? So this is how we customize our standard part. Now some graphics part also I will take up. Say for example, I'll take text box. So text box means topic 1. Then I create Control D. Sometimes alignment issues do crop up. So it is topic 2. Okay. Now it so happens that slightly it has gone out. It has come like this. Now this takes quite time. I will catch this, move like this. No. What I have to do is I will use the tools. Select everything, go to format, align. The leftmost part I have to align. Okay. Then I find your spacing is not proper. Align. This has to be activated. Align selected objects, and then you say distribute vertically. You see it has adjusted. Correct. Sometimes it is there. Okay, we have got text over here. We have got text over here. Okay, and then they are placed like this. So what we do is we will just take this up, no manual alignment, go over here, check that this select object is there. First of all, you take left, then I want it to be fitted in between. Okay, the lowest bottom I have to define where should be the bottom, where should be the top. Okay, so the top should be, just push it inwards. Okay, I have got one extra. Okay, so the top should be aligned with this top. So I will just align with that top, and the bottom should be aligned with this bottom. So instead of aligning bottom, because this is below, I will align with the top. It has come up. Now I will go for the final alignment. So I will align first to the left and then align manually vertically. Done. A very nice alignment is present over here. In PowerPoint, there is an unset rule where you don't have to go, your font should not be less than 20. And just recently somebody advised me, a very big person from Siemens, he advised me, your text, it should not be more than 10 words per line. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already is there. That is a good presentation, and not more than 6 lines. And sometimes people follow 6 by 6 rule. Not more than 6 words per line and not more than 6 lines in a slide. That becomes an effective. And I would say we should go one step ahead. There should be no text at all. You tell your story with the help of graphics, and let me tell you, please, when a formal presentation is there, never use this. Never use this. This is ChatGPT generated. As I said in the start only, this is ChatGPT. Okay, I have not made this slide. So never use this for your now people will laugh, sir, you have only presented. So this I wanted to give a demonstration. Okay, it has to be very formal. You can use, see, people say ChatGPT has become a very slang term nowadays. People say, "Are AI use karke la, are kaam kuch nahi karta." Use it as your assistant. You don't do all your work. You have got your personal assistant. Okay, you have got assistants with you in your office also. Same way you treat your ChatGPT or any other. Nowadays we have got cloud, that is from Anthropic. You use that cloud tool, and that cloud tool can be interfaced with Word, PowerPoint very effectively. That can be utilized for your regular and daily work. Then there is something called as agentic AI, which customizes all your day-to-day work and will help you in making the decisions also, in making things simple for you as far as decision making is concerned. Okay, so I think I will stop over here because in PowerPoint also there are lots of things that can be dealt with. I'll just rush through the other things. Yeah, sometimes it happens. Yes, this part I will complete. Sometimes it happens I have taken a standard slide over here. Okay, and I realize I will go with a blank slide. Layout will be a standard blank. Yeah, this is a standard blank. So sometimes we have thing like this, and we realize that this strip should be at the top, but this is a standard part. The design is standard over here. How do I move this? No, you just take it over here, go to slide master, and in the slide master, you go to the exact master of it. I'll just first delete all the masters, then we'll come to know where this master is located. Yeah, the master is over here, probably. Yes, yeah, it is over here. Just move it up. You want to change the texture? Change the texture. Close master view.
Clear, sir?
Yes, sir.
How much time more is required?
Yeah, I think I'll stop over here because there are lots of things which will be there and time is not there
No
right
issue.
now.
Yeah.
So I think we'll stop over here because this template I wanted to show, which I have completed. So things can be done and lots of avenues are there to explore it. But effective use of it is the bottom line that I would say. So thank you. I hope from today onwards, whatever small I have shown, the tips and tricks, people will make use of it and it will be helpful for them for standardizing their work, reducing their workload as far as formatting, data representation, and presentation is concerned. Thank you. Sir, over to you.
Yeah. Dr. Kingsuk, are you there? Engineer Pradeep Narvelkar, sir. Yeah, please proceed.
And shall we go for question answers or straight
No.
away go for
Yeah.
what things?
What up things?
Yes.
Okay. So we come to the end of session today. We are enlightened by the thoughts and presentation by Dr. Siddiqui. Now I express my vote of thanks. I express my heartiest thanks to Dr. Deshmukh, Chair MCDB, Mechanical Engineering Division Board, who spare his valuable time to grace the function, as well as without his permission, we could not arrange this function. Then I also express my sincere thanks to Shri SP Singh, Chairman IEI NMLC, who was spared his valuable time and guidance to organize this wonderful session. I also express my sincere thanks to the panelist, Dr. Siddiqui, Associate Professor and Dean HOD of Mechanical Engineering Department of FCRIT, who had presented a very wonderful session to the students and audience. And I also got enlightened from his knowledge. Hope that he will once again oblige us by giving such things for the betterment of knowledge for the students. I also express my sincere thanks to Engineer Saraf, who has successfully arranged the webinar. I also thank to IIHQ, especially Dr. Sen and his support staff for making the arrangement, and also the distinguished panelists. I also express my heartiest thanks to the participants and students, especially students who have attentively present during the nearly 1.5 hours session. I hope that they got enlightened from the presentation, and if they want to send their interaction, they can share their interaction with the IEI NMLC through the email of our center. And also I thanks one and all for making the program successful. Now with the help, with the consent of chair, I conclude the program for here. Thank you very much, all of you, once again, and have a nice day. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. We can conclude.
Hmm.
Dr. Sen, end the meeting.
Okay, sir. Thank you.